Hi, my name is Avery Wall, and I am the founder of Eco Upturn. Eco Upturn is searching for a $100,000 investment for 10% equity in the company. If you're asking yourself, what is Eco Upturn? Well, I'd love to explain it to you. So let's get started. Eco Upturn is an energy efficient and sustainable home renovation company. We offer two different types of services, and the first one being exactly what it sounds, home renovation. So we are hired in to come renovate non-energy efficient homes and make them safer, sustainable, more sustainable, and happier environments. Our second service that we offer is our home upturn. So we buy homes, we renovate them, make them more energy efficient, sustainable, and then resell them on the market. Eco Upturn is dedicated to making the world a healthier, safer, and happier place, one energy efficient home at a time. So next, we're going to take a look at our unique value proposition. So what makes Eco Upturn so unique? We solve customers' needs by providing a necessity, being shelter. And this not only helps the environment, but also helps our consumers contribute a positive impact on society. We differentiate ourselves by focusing on the most sustainable products and overall energy efficiency of the home. So obviously quality plays a big role in that. And so our materials are also what helps us with our quality, using Owens Corning insulation and Energy Star home appliances, which are super energy efficient and great for the environment. So next, we're going to take a look at our problems and solutions that Eco Upturn addresses. Problems being houses that are not energy efficient damage the environment with unsafe air, water, waste, and destroy natural resources. So every time you're in your house and you turn on a light switch, or do some dishes or do a load of laundry, you are creating greenhouse gases that are then rising up into the environment or the atmosphere and creating a negative impact on climate change. Millions of homes go unoccupied for decades. This is creating an issue. These homes are wasting energy and also resources. It is estimated that 7.6 billion tons of industrial waste are produced each year. So not only are these filling up necessary landfills, but also if industrial waste is not properly taken care of, it will contaminate the ground that it is by, the water it's by, and the air that it's also affecting, which is going to create really nasty chemicals and hazardous resources. 50% of homes in the United States are insulated, which raises heating and electrical usage generated by fossil fuels. So this is not only creating a really bad effect on the environment, but it's also allowing families to spend a lot of unnecessary amounts of money on this heating and electrical. So they are wasting their money. The solutions to these issues are our energy efficient and sustainable renovations cause less pollution to be created and less CO2 getting trapped from the atmosphere. So with our renovations, we are minimizing the amount of greenhouse gases up into the atmosphere, which is creating a limited effect on climate change, which is great. Many millennials these days have created a trend of buying homes versus renting. Not only is this solving our vacant home issue, but it's also shown that millennials are more interested in buying older homes that they can add their own touch on rather than new builds or new constructions. Our renovation services will strive for zero waste by exact measurements and refurbishing any kind of industrial item removed during the demolition process. So an example of this would be our tile, our concrete, our drywall, and any other type of decomposable resources such as that can all be grinded up and created into our cement that we can then use for our Eco House Upturn. So it's all reused. When Eco Upturn can insulate homes that are not properly done, we are not only helping emissions not get released, but also, as we just stated before, we're saving families lots of money that they would be spending on unnecessarily high energy bills. Okay, so now let's take a look at our marketing strategies. First one being our channels of distribution. Eco Upturn will use direct distribution through social media to get our services out to the customers. These services including Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook will be the main ones that we use. We will take advantage of Facebook Marketplace, especially so our customers can go look us up on Facebook Marketplace to make appointments for potential renovation opportunities, but also to schedule consultations and to see what our business is all about. Eco Upturn will also take advantage of word-of-mouth advertising by building customer loyalty. So if we do a great renovation on families' homes, they are going to tell their friends, their family, their coworkers, and anyone else that they come in contact with that we do a great job at energy efficient and sustainable renovations, which is going to create awesome customer loyalty. Once we enter our second year, we will start development of our app, but we will get more into the app in later slides. Next, let's talk about our customer segments. So for our customer segments, we use 3 different categories to categorize our target markets, those being geographic, demographic, and psychographic. And we also have 2 different types of customer segments for the 2 different services that we provide. So first, let's take a look at our eco-renovation services. For our geographic target, we will target customers who live in large cities. Obviously, large cities are going to create the most damage to the environment because it's very close together and very high populated. We will start in the greater Toledo area. For demographic, we will target 27 to 35-year-old couples whose income is greater than $100,000 annually combined. Psychographic, family-oriented couples, we are looking for families who are looking to start are looking to have kids or who have small children because they obviously want the safest environment in their home, and that's exactly what we can provide for them. And finally, have an interest in social issues such as sustainability. We want our customers to be interested in what we're doing and to find it just as cool as we do. Next, for our eco house upturn, our geographic target, we will target customers who live 20 to 30 minutes out of the city. Small communities such as Maumee and Perrysburg, who have the older houses with all the charm that just need a little bit of TLC. For our demographic, we will target 23 to 29-year-old single adults who are looking to make their first house purchase. Obviously, as we saw in our solutions, millennials are looking for older houses to be able to add their own touch to them, and then obviously make greater than $50,000 annually. And then for psychographic, we are looking for customers who are career-oriented, obtain an active role within their community, and same as we saw on the other segment, interest in social issues such as sustainability. Once again, we want our customers to be interested in what we are selling. Some of the features and services that we can do for both of the renovation services are flooring, solar panels, insulation, household appliances, lighting and electrical, air filters, sealant doors, and infrared scanners. We are not limited to these services. They are just some of the more popular ones. We can do anything that our customers want. For our revenue streams, we use the cost plus model. And so for our formulas on how to make this, purchase price plus purchase price of the home plus how much we spend on renovations plus expected closing costs and margin will equal our revenue. And gross margin, revenue from selling each house minus COGS being renovation costs, costs for labor and materials, margin, advertising, etc. These are the formulas we use to create our income statements that we will jump right into. So our first income statement we are going to look at is our eco renovation services. As you can see at the top, we have 3 years, and that's going to be what our income statement is for the first 3 years. As you can see, the first year, that number 2 next to it means that we are going to be doing 2 renovations. Year 2, we will be doing 3 renovations, and year 3, 5 renovations. Revenue from renovation for each house is going to be $26,665. Material cost of renovation and labor cost of renovations are going to be $10,000 each per house. So those numbers are also contributed throughout the income statement. And if you're wondering why the revenue or the gross margin are not as clean numbers as the rest of them, we wanted to make sure that gross margin percent was 25% to show you how we would like to keep it throughout all the years that we are still renovating. For our next income statement, the eco house upturn, as you can see, year 1, 2, and 3, all of the same number of houses renovated as the last one we just looked at. And these numbers worked out a little bit better to get to 25% gross margin rate. So that was nice. Revenue from selling house, we're going to do about $200,000 per house. So that's how much we are expected to make on one home. Cost of purchasing house, $100,000 per house. Cost of renovations, $45,000 per house. Closing costs and advertising are going to be about $5,000 per house. Total first year revenue for both services are going to be $453,330. Next, let's take a look at our cost structure. Eco Upturn's most important costs of the business are labor and material. Obviously, we need our contractors and our materials to be able to do our renovations. They are a necessity. And then advertising, we need to be able to get our brand out there. So that's why that one is also one of our most important. Our first costs for year one, as you can see, there are two houses for these tables. So take into consideration that it's for two houses. So for the first cost of year one for the eco renovation services, labor and materials are going to be $20,000 each. Transportation is going to be $5,000, and then advertising and business software is going to be about $7,000, totaling to about $52,000 costs for the first year for the eco renovation services. So next, for the cost of the eco house upturn for the first year, label and materials are going to be about $45,000. Cost of home purchase $200,000 because that's two houses. Advertising closing costs $10,000. Business software $5,000, and then interest and legal costs will equal $13,000, totaling to be $318,000. Obviously, our eco house upturn is going to be more expensive than our renovation services because we are purchasing homes. This will all total up for our first year total cost to be $370,000. Our second year costs are going to be the same as the first year carried over. And so we added some additional costs, 3 of them that I will get to talk about. So rent of warehouse, accountant, and then the app development, like we talked about earlier, all totaling up to be about $38,000 of additional costs for our second year. Once we enter our second year, we will start the development of our app. This app will offer the ability to schedule a consultation, to request a renovation or a walkthrough, but also I think the coolest part, to be able to view all of our listed homes. So our customers will be able to see what homes we have on the market, but also what homes that have sold, just to give them a nice idea of what they are looking for and what we will be able to provide. So next, let's talk about key metrics of success and our competitive advantage. Key metrics determine our growth each quarter. We are going to track success through our company's own growth and development plan that we have created. We'll measure number of new renovations a year, time efficiency and quality, customer satisfaction, and then once we have our app up and running, obviously number of users and views a week, which will be super exciting to see who's looking at our company and who might be interested. And so next, for competitive advantage, what makes us different than our competitors and what advantages do we have over them? Eco Upturn is the only renovating company in the area who is devoted to making homes better for the customer and the environment through our energy efficiency and sustainability. We are the only company devoted and mainly focused on energy efficiency and sustainability. Our competitors focus on a quick buck and a rushed renovation, resulting in a cheap finish. So they are only focused on how fast they can get it done and how much money they can make, which will always end up with a bad finish and very, very cheap quality. The reason Eco Upturn will continue to benefit is because we will use our competitors to assist us in our growth. So when customers want energy efficiency and sustainability in their renovations, they will come to us because we are the only ones providing those kind of services and who are so qualified to do so. To make sure we will always be one step ahead of our competitors, we will use operations analytics to our advantage, obviously monitoring our service costs, our quality control, and resources throughout the renovations to make sure they are up to the standards that we provide. So finally, in conclusion, Eco Upturn is looking for a $100,000 investment for 10% equity in the company. The $100,000 investment will help the company cover some of the first year expenses. Our projections would have a full return on this investment by the end of year 5. And then I am looking for an investor who shares the same interest in creating a more environmentally friendly and sustainable future in the housing sector. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed hearing my business plan as much as I enjoyed pitching it to you. And I really look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you once more.